All right, according to StreamYard, we are live. Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. We are trying StreamYard because last week when I put everything together, last week, Jake, I saw you and heard you clearly the entire podcast, entire time. Then I go to put it together, and there are moments where I'm completely frozen, you're completely frozen. I'm like, it wasn't doing that in live time, but it was doing it to us. So now we're trying StreamYard. We're hopefully
YouTube. They don't like to live stream straight through themselves. They need a middleman. So StreamYard's going to be the middleman.
You think they'd want to hold it? There was a thing here that said it says view on YouTube. So it says not to do this, even though I'm going to do it anyway. Continue to YouTube and see and make sure. So it says not to do this, even though I'm going to do it anyway.
I would turn the volume down.
Oh, I just muted it right now. And okay, so Rich, I'm looking at the YouTube side. Rich says, good afternoon, gentlemen, but that has not appeared. Oh, there it is. It is. Okay, so we're getting the live chat. Hello, Rich. Nice haircut. Yes, I did get a haircut yesterday. Thank you, Rich. You noticed. You're not going to see it in my daily videos for a while because I think I'm like, I recorded a bunch. I am out on my videos till Tuesday, but all right, let's jump into the news. Rich is here. That's all we need. We need one person in the comment, and we got Rich.
Yeah, I'm monitoring the comments on YouTube on my phone. I don't see them in StreamYard yet. So I think, for the meantime, we should probably just keep it on the phone or something in terms of like.
All right, you tell me if I miss anything, but yeah, if you see a good one.
Yeah. Oh, you muted yourself, man. Hey, you're muted. The StreamYard can't get the hang of it. Should be at the bottom. Little microphone symbol.
I didn't mute myself. I literally moved and it said, "Oh, it looks like you detached your microphone," so they muted for me. Like I didn't fucking do a thing. So not only did I have to unmute, so I can't touch anything apparently. All right, I got a story I want to start with.
All right, let's do it.
I just played pickleball for a couple hours, and it was me and a friend versus a woman I've never met and a guy I've never met, and they didn't know each other. If you know anything, you just show up and you play with whoever. But I happen to know my partner, and we played, and during the first game...
This is starting to sound like a weird swinger story right off the get-go.
Well, it's going to get dark. So first game, this guy that I don't know, he answers a phone call on his watch. He's like, hello? He's like, hold on, my kids are calling me. He's like, yeah, I can't hear you. I'm on my watch. I can't hear you. Well, I can't. Call me back if it's important. And my buddy, my partner yells, call him back if someone died. And that's it. And we play the game. We lose. We say, hey, straight up revenge game. Switch sides. Same partners. We don't change anything. My buddy, we want revenge. We start playing. He's like, hold on. The other guy, he's like, hold on. Hello. He stops talking. He just walks off the court, grabs his bags, and just leaves. And the woman comes over and she starts whispering. She's like, dude, I heard the word died. Like, he just got a phone call that someone died. And so my buddy's like, oh, shit, I said call back if someone died. I did this. I didn't mean to. But literally that's what happened. He said call back if someone's dead. And it sounds like someone was dead.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. Or at least close, Or at least lost a lot of money on DraftKings. I don't know what happened. Did you figure out what happened?
Yeah, it's muted. All right, yeah, you're good. I've got all three comments from Rich on the thing. So am I missing anything?
Yeah, I got Todd.
Todd Rubel showed up. Yeah, it's a quorum. All right, well, let's start in with the news. I don't want to keep talking about this. This will be the third week in a row. This is not a sports podcast, but we might as well be a sports podcast. We're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders again. Did you watch the video of the Browns draft room when they picked him?
I did. Yeah, you sent me the link. It's it's pretty wild. But again, look, man, he's just getting drafted. Brady went round 6, so
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's. Whenever you see a draft room, it's like, yeah, we got this guy, or all right, we got this guy. Apparently, word has spread that the owner told the GM and the coach and the owner said you are drafting him. So if you have not seen the clip of the draft room, they're just like, Like they did not want him. So now not only does he have something to prove to everybody, he has to prove it to his own coach and team. Like that. Now you're going in knowing that your own coach was like, yeah, great, we got Sanders.
I kind of like that he has this much of an axe to grind, though. I'm kind of rooting for him now, dude. You know what I mean? Like I want him to prove everyone wrong.
I'd be rooting for him if he wasn't such a douche, but what do I know?
I'm a stand for douches. I'm a big fan of douchedom. Bring it.
All right, let's get off that. Let's jump to, it's funny. The news goes so fast that I didn't even send you links. We got a new pope. I did send you the link. I thought it was funny at the beginning of the week when Trump posted that AI picture of himself as the pope, and people lost their minds as like, are you kidding? Who cares? And then the New York New York Catholic bishops denounced Trump's AI images. Pope, do not mock us. Did you ever take this strong a stance on the kid diddling? Did you ever like? They came out hard.
To be fair, that wasn't supposed to be public. You know what I mean? Like they got a whole like. Listen, in the presence of the public, this is what you shall do. But behind that door, we don't. You know. That's a whole different. That's international waters once that door closes.
That is true, but okay, Trump was president for 4 years. Then he was behind the scenes. He was still making making noise for 4 years. Now he's president again. Haven't we learned like to just not react when he's trolling us? A picture of him as the Pope is just a troll. It's like literally, it's bait and they fall for it. Everyone it's funny. Fuck it. He said I should be Pope and he tweeted a picture. It's funny.
I thought it was hilarious as a godless heathen. Trump tastelessly mocking the Catholic Church is the one thing he's done in his presidency that I'm very much behind. I stand by my president in mocking the church. That shit was funny.
Well, that and his first term, I was completely behind him, still behind him, killing Soleimani, general the Iranian. That I 100% behind him killing that guy. That was funny.
Actually, me and Soleimani are buds, though. We were. I should say. I'll say, yeah. I don't like everything he does when he's in uniform, but when he's dressed like this, you know what I mean? When he's just out on the town, when he's just out having a little bit of hookah, they love the hookah over there. We go out and smoke hookah all the time. Do lines in the bathroom. He was a fun hang, is all I'm saying.
Do you ever go off duty in Qatar?
I went on pass there. They just sent us there for like 4-day passes when we got extended in Iraq.
Yeah.
I went on just a couple little tours. Yeah.
Did you go out to any of the dance clubs?
No.
Qatar is basically Vegas for rich Saudis. So they act, they're just like Southern Christians. They act all pious and ours. Then they go to Qatar and they drink and smoke and fuck and do whatever they want. So I went to this dance club and it was insane to see all the like chic, like dressed in full on chic gear, like out busting on a disco. But yeah, everybody said that. Yeah, sure. They're just as hypocritical as any American Christian, where they say one thing and this is the guy, and then they go and they have a few, and it's pretty funny. So I guess what I'm saying is Soleimani might have been a good hang. So I'm sorry for your loss.
That's all right. You know, I'm getting by one day at a time. You know what I mean? It's an old wound, but it never quite fully heals. R.I.P. General Soleimani.
An accidental segue from Catholicism to Islam to Judaism. The whole Dave Portnoy thing that happened was kind of interesting. I enjoyed that. Like I said, we also have, I didn't send you any links of India and Pakistan going to war, but we have, damn it, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, we got 2 Dave Portnoy stories. Last week, you and I both talked about how Jordan Hudson wears the pants in the Bill Belichick relationship. She's probably a dominatrix. We talked all about it. Fucking Dave Portnoy probably listens to us because he says the same thing, that she's domineering. Dave Portnoy believes Jordan, and he makes the news. We didn't make the news. We don't get headlines. We said it first. This is not fair.
That's true. And not only did we say that Bill Belichick was into BDSM first, but Also, when we eat pizza, we eat all kinds of pizza. We don't just like the flat, crispy stuff from Connecticut. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I do like that pizza, but I like the Neapolitans, the deep dishes, all that stuff.
Yeah, I went out for a Neapolitan last night. Today's Saturday. 2 nights ago, Thursday. We went out to
pizza reviews drive me crazy for that reason.
Yeah, brick oven pizza place.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about so let's jump to the real story. Anti-Semitic bar sign prompts firing, suspension, clash, and a trip to Auschwitz. Well, that changed. Here, I want to talk about this too. The difference between, where did this come from? Yahoo News, a sign that said explicitive the Jews, but you click over to the New York Post and it says right there, fuck the Jews. They just took out the UC, but they put an F blur K. Thank you, New York Post, for not like hiding it saying, oh, swear word the Jews, or they said something bad. It was a sign that said, fuck the Jews. Report it as it says. So, first of all, I love that difference between the news that tries to hint at what they say versus the New York Post, which fucking straight up tells you they said, fuck the Jews.
Like, bro, this is what the entire news story is about. Why? Yeah. I mean, like without the expletive, there's no news story, right? So just tell me what they said. No one's going to sit there and go, they didn't put enough asterisks in, therefore they're on board with what this drunk college student wrote in the bar.
Exactly. But either way, again, the news moving so fast. So I send you this article. Portnoy blows up. He's really pissed. I can't believe this happened. I'm looking into it. Then right after that, it's, hey, I've talked to these guys. I'm going to send them to Auschwitz so they can learn what happened, so they can learn to be more respectful. And it's like, wow, what a neat story. You know, instead of just trying to ruin someone's life or getting their name out there, it's like, no, we're going to have a learning moment. Sure. The very next day, it's the trip to Auschwitz is off. College student accused of promoting sign escalates feud, saying hypocritically lynching me. And this is the part of the story that I think is amazing. The guy calls himself a citizen journalist. I was just there reporting on the fact that we had a fuck the Jews sign in our, I had nothing to do with the sign coming out, nor do I know who did it. I know the sign was provocative because it reminded people of the unjust things Israel is doing around the world. No, not really. Thus leading me to report on it.
Yeah, really, it's such a shithead because if your whole thing is trying to talk about Israel Palestine, like mention that specific, because all you're doing is you're giving ammunition to the other side that wants to go, hey, if you criticize what Israel's doing in any way, it means you're an anti-Semite. If you come right out with F the Jews, I mean, it's like, what? No, I mean, if anything, put fuck Israel. You know what I mean? Like, if that's truly what this is about, put fuck Israel. You'd be fine if you did that. If you did that, this would not be a news story at all.
And I love it's the turnabout that I love so much. Dave Portnoy and his friends can choose to be triggered over the sentiments of that sign and even kick me out of the establishment forever. However, they have no right to destroy my life over free speech and ultimately something that was an edgy joke. Where's the punchline? Frankly, they're more worried about destroying and uprooting me than the thousands of people getting destroyed and uprooted in genocide. I mean, he is trying so hard to veer what happened. It's not a joke. It's not a political I mean, it is a political statement, but fuck the Jews is pretty straightforward. So yeah, you do have free speech, and now you are suffering the consequences of it. You said something stupid. You said something horrible. You said something with no context, and yeah, you're getting put through the ringer.
If people want to like try to make it like, well, I'm just on the side of free speech. Okay, but I'm calling bullshit. Now, I can't prove that the guy would get upset about this, but I have an inclination he would. If I was mad about something, I don't know, Al-Qaeda did, and instead of saying fuck Al-Qaeda, I put fuck Muslims, you think this guy wouldn't have a problem with it? I think he would. And he's like, whoa, what's the difference? Al-Qaeda's are Muslims, right? So I was just saying fuck what they did to the tower. Like, no, you didn't say that, though. You said fuck Muslims. And in this case, you didn't say fuck Netanyahu. You didn't say fuck the Israeli government. You said fuck the Jews. And so people are going to get upset about it,
And I forgot this as I was saying it, but I'm going to go back to the first article, the one that is, that was nice, where Portnoy was going to send them to Auschwitz, except
it's a bit of a waste of time. Honestly, no. Look, if you're writing just fuck the Jews, at some bar, you're not going to give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? Like you're already kind of far gone. If anything, you're just going to be sitting there going, I don't think they could get that many million through here. If you catch my drift, it's a little small. Is what I'm saying. This
right.
I think they keep doing the same shit.
And what's funny is, I agree with you. So I was looking back to see, I thought the guy's name was not in the first story. He's like, they can drag my name through the mud. But so here's what happened.
There's plenty of documentaries and movies that's been made about that whole debacle that are kind of a fucking buzzkill. You know what I mean? Like I've never been to Auschwitz. I think it was still a bad time though. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to actually go there to think that what happened is fucked up.
I agree. So what this guy is trying to say, I love how he calls himself a citizen reporter. So he was there. He says he claims he didn't put up the sign, and maybe he didn't, and I'll grant him that. He says he doesn't know he did. I'll grant him that too. He posted it on his Instagram with no like, hey, this sign is up. I disagree with the broad strokes, but I do think Israel. Like he posted it straight up. Like he calls. Reporters actually add context. So if you're just posting a video like, hey, check out what's going on at this restaurant, yeah, I can see how it could be misconstrued. So not only what you said about you're not saying fuck Israel, you're not saying fuck Netanyahu, it's fuck the Jews, but if you are so-called reporting it, you're just putting it up like, I'm just putting it out there and people can make up their own minds. No, if you are a reporter, you have to say, hey, I'm here, this sign is up, I don't know who did it, this is what it says. You just literally posted it, and that shows a tacit agreement without any sort of context.
I'm a journalist. I was just posting what was going on at this Klan rally. Was I wearing a white robe in the selfie? Yeah, dude. There's a dress code. I had to dress, the part so I could get in here and report.
Yes. My favorite. I love this. Portnoy responded saying, I talked to him on the phone with his buddy and they both owned up to it and cried about it, then lawyered up after speaking with his family. His name got out because he's a moron and uploaded the fuck the Jews sign to his Instagram.
Because you lawyer up first and then you do the phone call. In fact, the lawyer would be like, no. Don't talk to him on the phone and cry. This will get brought up if we have to go to trial. You're only going to say things that hurt you at this point.
Oh, and here's the part I forgot to talk about. So this is an electronic sign. When you buy table service and you spend a bunch of money, you get to choose what employees that programmed it that said, oh, you want fuck the Jews? Because they got fired. Portnoy, they got fired because at no point did they say, hey, we can't put that up on our sign. That to me is it's so many mistakes have to get made.
The logistics, the fact that the servers were fired tells me that it wasn't as simple as like, oh, cool, here's the keypad, just type it in yourself and it goes up there.
Yeah, I think the employees type it in. I think
it's not really on the servers. If anything, you need to talk to the managers and be like, hey, we need to have a way to kind of check things before they go up there. But it sounds like the servers were like, fuck the who's. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, fuck the okay, I'll throw it up. And yeah, I mean at that point you're kind of a shithead. So
well, and final thoughts. So it goes through all these stages. It's 2025. We've seen this play out a million times. I mean, is he trying to cash in? Because the next story I want to talk about is sometimes it can work in your favor. We have this horrible shithead racist woman, Shiloh Hendricks. I bet Jimmy doesn't like sharing a name with her. It's over $600,000 as of several days. May 4th, it was over $600,000. She drops the N-bomb.
Yeah, it says on all of her social media bios, Shauna Hendricks or whatever, in parentheses, no relation. She wants to make it clear. She's got nothing to do with that guy.
You'd think you'd want, like, if anybody normally like, oh yeah, Hendricks, he was no, she doesn't want, but I don't know what it's at now because I don't have a link to it, but basically she drops the N-bomb on a 5-year-old kid, then says, yeah, I dropped the N-bomb because that's what the kid was acting like. That's the worst justification I've ever heard. But then she plays her. She calls a kid.
There's not going to be a good justification, right? Like
no.
Like what it said happened. It sounded like she was pretty justified in being pissed off in general. Here's the thing. It said the kid was rooting around in her bag at the park, which, hey, man, should you leave your bag on the bench? No, but it fucking happens, I guess. That said, if some kid's going through it, I am behind you saying almost any bad thing to this kid or his dad, except for one word. There's only one word that you could yell at this kid to where I'm not on your side. If some kid was going through my shit at the park and his dumbass parent was letting him do it, yeah, that kid's a shithead and so's his dad. But I called him a shithead. See that? You see how I didn't drop a certain word that would make me look like an asshole in this situation? I would be on her side if she said literally anything except for one word. And she did use that word. So.
And yeah, so you got two things. One, she's crying victim, but two, who are the people donating to this? From what little I understand, it's become a contest. Okay, so I'm missing the chat. I just went over. Rich Whitfield said, I agree with Jake. I don't know where that came in, but it just came in right now. Okay, so I guess I'm not missing anything. Okay, thanks, Rich. We're still getting used to the StreamYard. The people that, who's donating? So I said it's becoming a contest. From what little I understand, a black teenager in Texas stabbed a white teenager, might have killed him. What's that? He did?
Yeah.
And now people are donating money to him. So two wrongs apparently make a right, because there are people out there saying, oh, look, we're ahead. We're donating more money to this racist woman than the guy that killed the kid has gotten. Yay, we're winning. Like it's the garbage on both sides of society.
No, to be fair to the people donating to her, you see a picture of her? She's a pretty hot racist, dude. You know what I mean? Like, if I was a racist, I'd be into it. You know, she
has all her teeth, it seems.
She's like the girlfriend from American History X. Like, she looks pretty goddamn good.
She seems to have, Jesus, over $750,000 now. And there's
here's the thing. Most of the hardcore racist women, they're kind of fugly. You know what I mean? Like you don't really get a whole lot of, there's not a lot of Confederate flag forearm tattoos on tents. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't happen a lot. But now they got one. So they're like, oh, dude, she's the hottest chick to ever show up to the rally. We got to support her. You know what I mean?
Do we know if Eva Braun was hot?
I mean, she'd have to be, right?
No, I mean, Hitler wasn't hot, so I mean, he's.
Yeah, did I see pictures? She was cute. You know what I mean? Like in a dress down 1940s kind of way. You know, it's he doesn't want her going around in bikinis and stuff like that. He's a real fucking asshole about more stuff. I'll bet he gets jealous, but yeah, dude, she was pretty decent looking. I will say though, this chick buries Eva Braun. Way hotter fascist, this lady. She is the hottest fascist. I would Zeke her aisle, if you know what I'm saying.
She's hotter than I just drew a blank on her name. The one that looks like a scarecrow. I can picture just the long hair that drawing a blank.
You talking about Ann Coulter?
Yes, thank you so much, Ann Coulter. Thank you. Yeah,
hotter than Coulter for sure.
Well, let's jump. Let's stay on the same story, but jump, because I clicked the link at the bottom.
Ann Coulter will not yell racial slurs at a 5-year-old. She'll merely imply them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you pick your poison. It's like, this lady's more racist, but she's more hotter. So it's like,
it's beginning to balance out. So I clicked at the bottom of the story of this woman. The fundraiser, the CEO of Give Send Go is defending the company. Like, they have the opportunity to say, you know what, let's like GoFundMe does that all the time. Maybe that's what Give Send Go. I need to look them up. Maybe because GoFundMe does limit what you can donate to. This one popped up and said, just give money all you want. But he said,
from my understanding, this is more like the Twitter of GoFundMe, where it's like, we just kind of if you want to donate to ISIS, fine.
Yeah, the CEO says he was bothered by the video, but he continued to defend Hendricks. Shiloh is going through a dark...
I was still willing to get past it and put some money in my pocket.
Right. Shiloh is going through a dark moment just as much as this other family is. And we want to be a light in all of these moments. I believe in freedom of speech, of association. When you start going down the road, cancellation and cancel culture, what a fucking justifying douchebag. All you have to do is you can literally just yank it and say, no, if you drop the N-bomb on a 5-year-old and then try and profit off it, we don't want to be a part of that. This idea, this goes back to what you said about the fuck the Jews thing. This whole idea of it's cancel culture, freedom of speech. We live in a consequence-free world now. We literally live in a consequence-free world.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, but then again, I mean, this lady. Do you know what she does? Like, what the fuck's her job? I mean, she's in Minnesota. It's not like she's in Alabama.
She's in Rochester. It's a great town. The Goonies Comedy Club. I play it every other year. I love it. Goonies Comedy Club. Shout out.
Yeah.
It's a great club.
Oh, that's right. But she's trying to move, though, right?
Yeah. Well, she wants to move now. She used this as her. You know what I would love to see? Okay, I would love if this was a setup. If like the kid was a plant and they're gonna get half the money. It's like, look,
that's actually her mom.
No, just it was like she talks to the dad and says, mom. Hey, get your phone out. I'm gonna drop the N-bomb on you. I'm gonna appeal to the worst pieces of shit on the planet to give me money, and because they're stupid assholes, they are gonna give me money. I'll give you half. I get to move. That would make it funny. We should set that up.
I hope it's actually an interracial couple. And she's like, honey, this is what we'll do. I'll try to get money from the racists. You try to get money from the woke people. We'll take everyone's money. Everyone's money.
I actually, like you said, interracial couple would be. Oh, I got ants in my house. Hi, Aunt. I think it'd be hilarious if she was yelling at her kid.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that was actually her son the whole time.
Oh. Well, either way, fuck give fun to go.
I'm the Karen truther. That's what I am.
All right, what story are we up to? AI picture, Catholic bishops denounce.
Todd on YouTube says she's actually the girl in a famous couch porn photo, all grown up. Yeah, I would watch that porn, dude. I'm telling you, I don't need to line up with somebody politically to watch their porn.
I'm going to guess, Todd, are you talking about the girl with the braces and the pigtails surrounded by 5 big buff black dudes? Because that's the one that pops to mind. When he said that,
maybe that experience is what made her so racist that she's yelling slurs at 5-year-olds at the park. Every time.
It would do it to me. Todd says, yes, I called it. I knew which one he was talking about. I know my porn memes. That says sad things about me.
Yep. And she's like, he's got his hand in the bag. Someone's trying to go up in my stuff again.
Yes.
Flashback
mode. All right. Oh, this is such a beautiful story. Oh, my God. Harvard ruthlessly red pencils Trump Secretary Linda McMahon's threat letter over future research grants. She sent Harvard a letter. They corrected it and posted it on Twitter. Now, I do dislike one thing about this headline. I'm going to read it again. Harvard ruthlessly red pencils Trump Secretary Linda McMahon's threat letter over future. That's bait right there. They threw Trump in for no reason. It could say Harvard corrects Secretary of Education Linda McMahon's threat letter. They threw Trump in for no reason. And they literally, all they had to do was call her the Secretary of Education. They threw Trump's name in to get that angry click, that fuck all things MAGA. It's kind of a pussy move. I'm not going to lie. It's a puss move.
A, she's a Trump pick. And B, more importantly, so just call her the Secretary of Education because she worked her way up through the ranks of schooling. That's what we're saying. She didn't just get picked because she was the right wife of the pro wrestling guy.
Yes. But I do love the fact that they corrected her letter and posted it. I looked at it. It's not as bad as people say. I mean, she capitalized a few words, but it's not like it was. Some people said it was written by AI, but I mean, it's legible. I've seen worse.
It's still hilarious, and to me, it points out the hypocrisy in what the hell she's saying. She's saying she wants, all of their what was it? Their applications and stuff like that. It's all about DEI and
yeah.
You're admitting people that shouldn't be here and are unqualified. That's kind of the implication of the whole thing. And it's like, hey, you want to talk about somebody who's in a position that's unqualified? How about a lady in charge of the teachers who's never taught? How about a lady who's in charge of all the teachers who is just there because she's the wife of the guy who runs pro wrestling. Is that, I mean, does that sound like you're qualified for your job? Certainly less than literally anybody ever admitted to Harvard.
I did see
except for, I will say, with exception to maybe one of the many Nepo babies who are in Harvard because they're a legacy or their father bought a building. He is the son of Van Fuckety Fuck. So now he's going here. So if we're going to talk about DEI getting students admitted who are maybe slightly less qualified than,
but that's not the case of DEI though. Right? That's the thing is that's
right. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to have that conversation, but you're going to leave out the kids who are just in there because their parents are rich, then you're a complete hypocrite. Because if we're talking about people who are there who are unqualified, I don't know how you have that conversation without talking about nepotism.
Well, I saw a great comment. I got a great comment. It said DEI didn't earn it. But that's the problem is people confuse DEI with quotas. They don't realize that it's, we're going to look at black and brown people and women for the position. Normally, like Harvard. Normally, we just went to Harvard. We always went to Harvard. We picked Harvard. Oh, it turns out Stanford has some pretty good students too, some pretty good graduates. Now we have, instead of, we need to hire 5 people. We always hired 5 from Harvard. Now we hired 3 from Harvard, but 2 from Stanford. Is Harvard losing out? Yes, but it's not because we have to fill a Stanford quota. I think people get confused and think that DEI is quota. It's
applicants who are already themselves qualified, and you're doing things like you're reaching out to HBUs and things like that.
Yeah. You're just looking at different places. It's so blown up, and people don't have any fucking clue.
It really
what they're
does
talking
next
about.
to nothing when you actually kind of break down what it's actually doing. Very little.
All right. Oh, so many good stories this week. After legalizing raw milk, legislators fall ill from drinking raw milk. And they do all they can to there's a flu bug going around. Oh, there's it wasn't the milk. I only had a sip. But it's like you're all in a room together. You all toasted and drank a glass of milk. And then you all got sick, but completely unrelated to the milk you drank.
I love it. They clearly got food poisoning from the raw milk, but they're all sitting around going, this must be the booster shot, right? I mean, one day I take the booster shot, and then 43 months later, I just start puking? I'm supposed to think that the Johnson & Johnson and the Clintons weren't involved? No way, it's the milk.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I had a small sip and walked away and tossed the rest of it. I mean, okay, if you had a small... You drink it or not? And why is the push to make it? Why is this a thing that is so we have to take a stand and make people sicker? I'm for it. I am all for it because the more people that you can get to drink raw milk and then get sick and cryptosporidium and have a bad time, I'm for it. I'm not going to drink the shit, but I want to see more stupid people doing it. So yeah.
I mean the thing is stuff like. I mean, because really all pasteurization is you're heating it up to a certain level to kind of kill the bacteria, right? So if you're not doing that, I sort of compare it to like sushi. You know what I mean? Sushi's great for you. You know what I mean? Like it's raw fish. It's delicious. But and this is a big but here. You got to make sure you're getting it from a good spot. You know what I mean? If that raw milk is coming right from a cow's tit to your glass, within a few hours or whatever, it's probably going to be great. It's probably going to be the best milk you ever drank, honestly. The problem is if it's a place where, the milk's out a little long, it's taken a little while to get to you, then, I mean, just like raw fish, man, you get sick if it's out too long, if it's from sources that aren't as good. So that's the problem. If you're trying to push raw milk to everybody, you're still going to have the companies who are producing that stuff doing it as cheaply as possible. And, you're not going to, it's not going to get the people as fast, the cheaper versions of it. And it's not going to be as good. It's the cows aren't going to be as healthy, stuff like that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the people that pushed for the legalization of raw milk, the legislators, not the hippie vegans, they're not vegan, not the hippies that want raw milk or the naturalists, but the legislators, they're also the same legislators that push for deregulation and less government oversight. So what you just said is absolutely true. Not only will they say you should drink raw milk, but we need less government intervention.
Right.
Oh, and Ultramensch
right.
has shown up. Hello. Good afternoon. And by the way, being on StreamYard, I'm seeing
That's
a
right.
dip in but I can read the
Ultramensch,
comments.
direct from the nipple. That's what I want. That's the best kind of milk. If the waiter brings a cow right out to the table and I can just suckle on it.
I want a pregnant woman. That's the one I want.
Fuck yeah, dude. I want to be naked.
Revealed. Oh, I was going to lead with this one. Revealed. Autopsy suggests South Carolina botched firing squad execution. They were supposed to be shot by 3 people. Only 2 of them hit him because they could only find 2 bullet holes. And he endured pain beyond the 10 to 15 second window of consciousness that was expected. Did they say how many people were shooting?
It said 3.
They said they expected 3 hits. Do they line up 5 people and give? Do they still do that thing where like 2 people have dummy bullets, or they don't know? Or
that's utterly ridiculous.
No, it's okay. You're right. It says 3 prison guards, and they wanted all 3 to hit. Only 2 hit.
Yeah, I mean, because for one thing, if you're firing blanks, you can feel the difference.
Yeah, you'll
between
feel the
blank and a real bullet. And then also, it's the last thing you'd want to do for this very reason. The reason you don't have just one guy doing it, or even 3, to me seems small. I mean, usually it's like a whole row of dudes. It's like 6, 7 dudes, the way I've kind of seen it.
But they're 15 feet away. Like you said, you should be able to hit the broadside of a bard from 15 feet. I'm not a good shot, but I've hit a target, like.
Right. But again, they're not talking about, apparently one guy did completely miss, but the other guy's got him center mass. It's not, depending on what organs it hits, it's not always going to be right away. It got like his liver and its lung, which will kill you fairly quick. It's not like the lethal injection botches where, it'll take dudes like 45 minutes.
Yeah, they sit there and they foam at the mouth and spaz out. Ooh, I'm going to get canceled. I said spaz.
Sure.
Oh.
And then I'm also like, hey, when he goes down, just go up and do the old double tap. You know what I mean? Just put one right in the dome. Make it, put as many fucking bullets in him as possible, because that's what's going to kill him the quickest. In fact, I would be willing to bet the guy that missed completely, what happened is he probably fired a little bit later. And then, so the first 2 hit, and the guy kind of went, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he jerked, he moved like often happens when you're shot about every time. And he fell out of and then the third guy missed because he fired a little bit later.
So do you think they'll line up 5 people from now on?
I think at least 5. Yeah. I mean, because, even you're aiming at the guy's heart, missing from, and like at 15 feet, you should be able to hit it. But again, they're probably using rifles, right? So what tends to happen a lot of times with close-up shots is tend to hit a little bit lower. Because you got the scope sitting above the barrel, right? You're zeroing it in way out, like you're probably zeroing it in at 100, 300 yards, something like that. And so what's happening is you're zeroing the scope to where, okay, this is, if I aim at this distance, it'll hit center mass, right? The barrel's underneath the scope, so when you're up close, you tend to hit a little bit low. Not like crazy low, but low enough that it'll hit underneath someone's heart instead of going through it. That kind of thing.
Fair enough. All right, final story. I didn't send you a link.
I want more people, and I want videos of these. If anyone's got videos.
All right, final story. I didn't send you a link. India, Pakistan. Are they going to war, or are they just getting frisky again? Because they do this infrequently, but it's always in Kashmir. It's always on the border. And the everyone always reacts the same way. This one's a little bigger. Usually it's like guards.
They're launching missiles and shit.
Yeah, usually it's guards firing across the border after one another. This is the first time that I can remember. Well, they said it was in the 70s that they've launched missiles and sent airplanes over. But how shitty is the Indian Air Force if Pakistan shot down 3 planes like they said? I can't think of the last time. I mean, we had a plane fall in the ocean, but I can't think of the last time I heard of a plane getting. Even in Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine had planes that were flying for a little while. And yet they claim they shot down 3.
Yeah, I mean it's nuts, man. I read something. There's apparently a ceasefire that happened.
Oh, okay. See, again,
Yeah,
news happens fast. I'm still stuck on
hopefully,
the
hopefully that gets kind of wrapped up. Could have been fake news. Who knows? But
everything's fake news.
hopefully it's
all right.
Did we even talk about the fact that we got an American Pope now?
No, we didn't. We breezed over it when I was talking about Trump's AI thing. But I'm not gonna lie. When they announced the American Pope, I thought, oh fuck, are they trying to kiss Trump's ass? And it turns out it pissed everybody. They picked Francis 2.0. The greatest tweet I saw was they were talking about God, I'm drawing a blank on every fucking horrible right wing woman's name. Megyn Kelly, the hot one, Megyn Kelly. Okay. Oh, she's pretty fucking hot for a.
Dude, I was gonna say, dude, most of the right wing pundit ladies.
Yeah.
They're on point. They're on point. This lady is good. That lady from the video is going to be working on Fox News by the end of the week. I guarantee.
She's not as hot as them. She's not as hot as a right wing pundit. So maybe either way. They took her tweets in time where she said, "Oh, good American Pope." Wait, what? I'm just gonna go. She said, "I'm gonna go ahead and hope that a 20-year-old is in charge of his Twitter and he never read anything." And then the guy that was commenting on it said, "When the right wing realizes that this new Pope also follows the teachings of Christ." It's like they get so pissed off when they get a tolerant, loving Pope. I don't understand
the right was
it.
Going to hate him when immediately Trump was not taking credit for the first American Pope. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was going to start because I thought immediately he's going to be like, under Biden, the Pope was called the Vicar of Christ. Now he is the Vicar of America. I did this. This is all because of me. I am all the Cardinals. That's why the Cardinals wear red. That's why they wear red.
I do love that he got in trouble right off the bat. People saying, but he's anti-gay. Well, I mean, he is a cardinal. Like, I think he's anti-gay in the same way Francis was, where he's like, hey, I don't think the church support this, but we're all sons of Christ. Like,
again, to everybody who gets mad at that, it's like, he's better than literally all the popes before him. I don't know it's still the Catholic Church. Like, look, I'm a lifelong atheist, but I'm old enough to remember what other popes were like when it came to that. Like, yeah, I know compared to your average barista in Brooklyn, he's a Nazi, but like Francis replaced an actual Nazi. Okay. Yeah. This is what they're working with. You mean he retweeted Ben Shapiro? No, fought against allies. Like that's who the fuck they were working with. So he was a lot better than a lot of the other ones. I just think that this could be the end of the Catholic Church because this guy is from Chicago and nobody can take serious a Pope with that accent. You know what I mean? Domini Pate Spiritus Sancti. We're on a mission from God.
Someone pulled up a good Blues Brothers reference. Someone pulled up a video of him from years ago at a Cubs game.
White Sox, which is,
Was it White Sox? Oh.
Even all right. It's like Cubs fans, but worse.
Todd is saying that the new communion wine is Malort.
Hell yeah.
But then Rocky's jumping in with a confirmation.
Beer, man. He's the communion wine is going to be beer now.
Yep. Rocky's got a confirmation. CNN report says that they have agreed to a complete ceasefire. So there we go.
Yeah.
No war. All right. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. I have a t-shirt store. I got a new shirt. I got 2 new shirts up. I'm kind of proud of this one. I ordered it myself. I'm going to be wearing it soon. It just says vegan, and then in small print, it's like big vegan, and then in small print in parentheses that says, not really, I just want to be left alone. I just popped in my head. I'm like, oh, that'll make a good shirt. So t-shirt store online, Jake Vevra. Oh, and you got the spelling right there on the screen, Vevera at Jake Vevra on all social media. He has his own special right here on YouTube, Unalived by Dog Pills. You can go check that out. We are here every week. Next week, we might switch back to the phone. I'm going to tell Jake why after we sign off. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. And I'm ending the stream. Take care, Todd.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend called some kid a racial slur. Now it's going viral.
I got to double click. So there I clicked it and it's like, are you sure? So I'm trying to get that good cut on you. And instead, there it is.